I mean, rather, I was
chilling with the 10-12 eliminations. They only survived on the hashtag number 2. They couldn't secure that 10 placement points for themselves for the winner chicken dinner. Syndicate is the team that secured it up. And with this, I think 20, close to 20 or close to 25 points, if my guesses are correct on this. That's the point Syndicate is going to secure for themselves. But we will know that once we head over to our winner chicken dinner team stat page, and we will know more about the damage, all the assists that they did. But yeah, Annie, a match well done. Group A is done. Three real bros. They're done too with their matches, and there we go. It's 10 elimination, 20 total points, 1,677 damage. I see 1,677 damage,
oh,
total damage by the players. Once again, 54 total eliminations, 7,998 is the total healing used, one vehicle elimination with 56 total knockouts. Last but not the least, it is 394 meters of the longest elimination distance by Zahuya at this point in time. One airdrop was looted, 183 throwables used in this match with a total of 15 headshots connecting.
and this is our match rankings. Syndicate, yes, they got the 20
Oh, beautiful.
points. And of course, Netflix, well, okay, well, they got 16 eliminations, but at 4 placement points, unfortunately, they couldn't survive a little bit longer than they could have. But they are tying with Syndicate despite being, what, ranked number 4 in like the teams that like got picked off in that previous map, and TGB coming in with 17 points as well. They have 3 teams, in fact, with the double digits. So it's a really good chance for Syndicate, Nepex, and TGB alike to farm so many points on a Miramar of all things. So yes, congratulations to these teams. And of course, following that up, there are a lot of other teams that got the points as well. But unfortunately, on the second page, it's a little bit bleak. There's just way too little points to go about. So our players, I mean, these guys have a lot of bank points right now, so they don't have to worry too much. But for the rest of the teams, I mean, I think I can see some names that definitely needed those points in this map. But yeah, nonetheless, the MVP of the match will be Nepex Claw with the 6 eliminations, the 1227 damage, to assist, the 12 throws, the 27 minutes and 25 seconds of survival time. And then we also have the 289 heals that this guy had. It's a lot of healings, but even more so with the damage. So yes, congratulations to the MVP with 6 eliminations. I believe Nepex had 16, so this guy had way too much eliminations. But this is the overall rankings. This is what it looks like, Torix.
This is exactly what it looks like. Real Bros, 135. Close to the point of Hidden Leaf Esports, 132. Only 3 points of a difference. That's easily crossable. So with this, I think Hidden Leaf will definitely be on the top of the leaderboard. And nonetheless, at Bros Players, after this, they got 118 points after this match. Netpex Esports has also like stood up so good with 16 elimination in the last match. Now they're up to 112 points, a total of 79 elimination that they have secured. But the bottom line side, like Syndicate just took over a chicken dinner, and because of that, they are now in the hashtag number 16, ladies and gentlemen. They are in the hashtag number 16 placement. They are still close to being overtaken from the third page. So really a lot of really work needed by the players, because this is the third page. It starts for 37 points and ends on 17 points. Be very careful. The team needs to be very careful on whatever they're doing, whatever they're like their strategy is from this point onward. If they're not careful, they're not going to be able to survive and move into the grand finals.
Yeah, definitely. They have to be super careful later on. But of course, Group A, they won't have a chance for that anymore. We'll be moving on to the Group B and C phase after a short break. We'll see match number 4. So, guys, do not go anywhere. We'll be seeing you soon in a few minutes.
and gentlemen, we are back with that break. I know, it was kind of late, but still, we're
Mhm.
still back to the PMNC South Asia playoffs. The final day, ladies and gentlemen, the day number 3. It is a do or die. It is the judgment day on which the teams will be judged whether they're going into the grand finals or they're going home from this phase onward. But with you guys, once again, it is I, Torix, and with me, it is going to be Annie. Annie, once again, welcome to the show. We are halfway done for our today's matches. Going into the next one, it is going to be Rondo once again.
Yeah, we're diving in immediately, and I mean immediately. We're seeing our flight already coming into Rondo, and now all I want to know is there two? Yes, there will be two flight paths as of this moment for this Rondo map in particular. In fact, it's going to be the final Rondo map for the playoffs of this PMNC South Asia. So there's a lot of really hot drops in like that could be accessed from these two flight paths. So of course the New York factory and the test track, that's definitely something that is not negotiable in terms of being hot drops. But the Tinong Garden, actually, surprisingly, people are avoiding that area. And just looking at Miran, I think Syndicate will be the sole team that will be trying to go for that place. Anyone else, all the other teams, they're trying to go for lesser areas, and like lesser places. They're trying just to mind their own business real quick and try not to get picked off too early on. So I'm just looking out for the teams that will try to get that 1-3 split as well. So we can see Slayar from Drevha is going for a recall tower, probably in Muhopan, because there's a bunch of places there that they can loot up as well. And there's also a couple of teams, even only Handsome is also towards the southeastern part of this map. But that circle, yes, it will be closing in. And there's a bit of Neox Factory that's still accessible, and also Jadena City. But speaking of which, the circle, I can see 2 eliminations already. But then again, once again, this is just Rondo. They can have a second chance in life as long as they keep one of their players still alive. We got a couple of eliminations already, just judging from what the remaining players look like. There was at least maybe 6 eliminations already. Let me just count that real quick. 4, 5, 6, 7 eliminations already, and we're still 2 minutes into the game. This is what I'm talking about. This is the spirit of Rondo that I want to see from these players. And counting, look at all those eliminations. 3 eliminations already for rather from Royal Dragons and CSV. What a first few 2 minutes of this map.
Oh, this is the 2 minutes into the game, and already look at that elimination number happening upon the teams. 3 for the CS Wajra, 3 for the team of Royal Dragons. We're only seeing only team, only esports taking the fight again to RK Speed has been knocked out. Tiger, he's going to throw that grenade on the face of the players. But wait a minute, it's not just 2 teams here. It's 3 different teams, and CS Wajra in the front lines confirming that Speed's elimination. The grenade goes over. In the meanwhile, the players are just going out. The shotguns are finally going to connect him up. Wajra Zoro gets a knock, gets a finisher. And right with this, now, still, the player, this is just the the start of those elimination numbers. But still, it is kind of going really expensive on the RK side, as RK is down to the very last guy. RK, you need to get out of there and you need to heal your team members, revive them, recall them back into the game. Otherwise, it's all going to be over for you and for your teammates to get even a single point from this point onward. And I mean it. I mean it. Look at Syndicate. Syndicate was on the hashtag number 16, right? OG is right behind them with 37 points, 39 to 37. That's 2 points of a difference, just a measly 2 points. The margin of error is such a small one that even a single wrong move can determine whether you are in fact going into the grand finals or not.
Yeah, definitely. And there's so little margin of error, especially since there are only 3 maps left. I mean, 15 max is quite a lot, but still, the fact that these teams only have three more chances, they definitely need to make each of those chances count. And finally, we're gonna be seeing Group B once again in our screens. DRS right to the face. They got a few bullets in, and they'll be seeing the recall tower sooner rather than later. And there's example towards the north. And we're seeing a couple more eliminations here and there, but the number of remaining players is steadily staying at least like at 15-8, 59, and up to the 60s. And so people are filing in back into the map as soon as possible. They want to conserve as much time and get as much points as possible. But here, Example is making an example out of themselves, trying to gun down the players from MacPen, and MacPen, yeah, they took a bit of damage, but Example couldn't quite finish them off. And this guy is a solo player, by the way. They're just like soloing a bunch of eliminations, rather knockdowns, and we can see the snipe coming in from Freedom. There's a lot of players from them down, but nonetheless, yes, DRS will have to get make a move really quickly because they're way too far from this vicinity. They need a better angle at this rate. But I like the positioning of Freedom. An example, they pretty much have two angles up against a Macpen. But I guess we'll be moving on to another engagement. We can see Jane is holding on to dear life right over there. But Cam Army is gonna have them surrounded real quick. They secure that elimination. We got Macpen surrounded by the two players from DRS, and the sprays coming in. That was an easy eliminate for themselves. Tiger throwing in that grenade. Let's see if it hits Aman. It looks like Aman will be taking a lot of damage back there. Backing away just to heal up. And Tiger is not wasting any time whatsoever. This is a cat and mouse chase, 2 versus 1, but Tiger will be going to the ground nonetheless. ASL didn't like heal themselves up. They didn't prioritize it. They know that the survivability is so much better if they just went on the aggressive themselves, and it worked out for them. But Tiger still got knocked down. We got Kazuya knocked down as well. Monesi, where is this guy? Where is Madi as well? They have to get the revive tower. They have to get the recall tower rather. But the Tiger could still be revived so they can save their time just a bit. But Hitsu is closing in. Hitsu is right over there, and Amon needs to be saved. Grenade cooking up. They might hit their teammate, but let's just see what happens.
We have to see what's going to happen as Rondo making a monstrous move on every single one of the player. Munzi 313 is right now knocked out. He will be finished up in a short while, but Tiger is also getting shot from the backside. I think one Sky is the person shooting at him, whereas Hituzad, he's finally healing the player. Tiger gets a knockdown by On Sky, and On Sky instantly finishes the player up. Tiger is finished up. With this, 4 eliminations for the Abrupt Slayers. Look at that. 3 real bros are no longer into the game, given enough chances and enough time for the HLX to maintain that #1 placement from this point onward. Syndicate is also losing their players as the intensity is out of the match. He is in need of that rescue, that recall. But for that recall to happen, the player, first of all, needs to disengage from the fight and go for the recall tower or win this fight over once and for all, and then move to the recall tower. Wait a minute. I think the recall tower is in the vicinity. That is why intensity is back.
Oh yeah. Intensity is all okay. Never mind. They didn't spawn. The rest of Syndicate was like, I was like a little bit confused. But here, intensity will be dropping off a little bit fresh off the airplane and plane. But rather, I'm looking at NapX. They lost a couple of players back there, but I'm sure the rest of their team has like at least one player on standby on a recall tower. But here in a Neox factory, it's a little bit lonely. It usually is like a nice party, a nice popular club for everyone to go for those engagements. But as of this moment, there are only three teams. I guess everyone else has left. In fact, Vivash from Dreva is going to skedaddle out of there real quick, leaving only success from the only esports still in their place. But Nepex, yes, they have security over Neox factory as of this moment, and I don't know if they're going to be staying there because there's no one else here anymore. All right, only success is going to cover their car. Rather, I thought they were going to rotate out of the area. I guess they're just going to hide their car. But I'm just looking at the circle as of this moment. The Ox factory is still accessible, and there's a lot of open fields. There's a little bit of Danching that's still within the circle as well. So there are like two places with a cluster of buildings that could be used for cover, but I'm pretty sure there's a huge chance that those places won't be favored by stage 3 of the circle. But here we can see a couple more eliminations. Grenades being taken at Akazaya versus DRS going at it against each other. And in fact, it looks like what? LF Akazaya just got eliminated. Dude, it's still 9 minutes. It's almost 10 minutes into the game. It's way too early to be taking your bows. It's way too early to get picked off in Rondo.
Rondo. 10 minutes in, and Team LF Akazaya is finally out of the game. The one team in Rondo Mash to leave the premises of it completely. No recall, no revives now from this point onward for this team until the next match, until the next map change. But Frag, DRS, Gaming, 5 elimination. It's a decent number so far for these guys too, and I think they are done with their recall. That is why they're completely on a different plane, not at the hot drop locations taking the fight. They're kind of in a safer side position. One hit gods. They're also here. Raksha versus Syndicate. IO, Cloud, same compound. Grenade going over. Will it connect? The answer is a no. But he has spotted. He has seen where the other grenade has actually came in from. And Raksha now know where to throw that grenade exactly. But first of all, you need to heal yourself. You need to get back onto the 75% HP. If he had been on the 75% HP beforehand, that grenade would have taken him out. And he was so lucky that he had the full, up until then, there's still the possibilities of, okay, you can go for the fight, you can take the fight if you want to do.
Yeah, I really hope they do take the fight rather than not. But over here in Apex, they pretty much clocked in that there's nothing else to do in the Neox factory, so they'll be moving on. And in fact, here instead, in this area, it's a little bit of a party. One hit, Taraksha goes right onto the ground with a nice placement of that grenade from Syndicate. Alright, Grenade Perfect's gonna be next up. But here, DRS targeting CSV as well as Syndicate from a distance, from the safety of another area over here. But yeah, nonetheless, CS Vajra inside of this building, slight advantage. There's also one hit Funky right at the second floor. So CS Vajra, if they have the information, they could actually storm up the place safely and probably outnumber Funky. But I don't think they have enough information, so they're playing it really safe as of this moment. But outside, there's also Syndicate knocking down their door. Look at all the bullet lines on the mini map. There's just so much aggression that's happening. Cloud is literally hiding inside a cloud and trying to heal himself up. Oh wow, look at the vision here. That's just absolutely horrible from the perspective of Vajra's just UT. Look at this. If you were a player, this would be a nightmare. You can't see anything. You can absolutely just see your teammates. But here, Syndicate's gonna start moving forward and trying to go into the area. Oh, look at that. And the smoke is doing its work. Look at how hard it is to maneuver when you barely have any vision. And in fact, that's going to be the downfall of CS Vajra. They'll be the next team to get eliminated off.
Another team to get eliminated off. We're down to 14, ladies and gentlemen. 14 teams now from this point onward. But at the same time, the aggression is not going to stop. That is the